folks, you may remember I was using my S200 just over a week ago. Pulled back the bolt and the nut sheared on it, or the bolt on the bolt, if I could say. So I ordered a part from TR Robb, that's it, and it came the other day. Got a bit more than I expected actually. I got the replacement stainless steel bolt, and I got 2 collars to fit as well. What I got off the actual bolt probe that was in the rifle also was a little ball bearing, which is in there. Now I do think there might be a spring that should be in it, so I'm hoping it's still in the rifle, because if that's got lost I need to order one of those, so it could be a short video. What I've got here is just a utility key. It was like a cross cut thing like that. There's 4 sides to it, but I cut the 2 sides off, and one of the ends I just cut down to fit the inside of the rifle. You can buy a tool from the internet, probably about £10 or more plus postage, but you can make one, and this cost me £1 from Tesco. So I just cut it down to fit, and the way to get to the actual butt pad is a hole in the bottom there, and just fit it in and unscrew the nut. I do believe this has got a collar on it as well, so that's going, that's coming. I think it's off. There we are. All we do now is take the screw off the top, take the screw off the top of the rifle. And that's the only thing holding it now, is that. And when you put this back on, make sure you don't tighten it up too much, because it can restrict the actual bolt action on it. So little spring washer there. So that's that. And all we do now, you pull back and down. Aha! And what's just fell out is interesting. What's just fallen out is the actual part that broke off. Just there. I'll get the new part out. Compare the two. Now this is the second time it's broke on me in about 5 years. That's the new and the old. Oh, the old ones, the metal can't be that good, so TR Robb, because he must have had a lot of these in, he's made his own little bolts. So that's stainless steel, so hopefully that will last longer. Okay, so I'll bring the rifle back, get the action in. There's a little collar there, get to it. There we go. So that's what, got that out. So again, it's replaced that part as well. Just there. Okay then, so what I'll do now get the little bolt probe and I'll put it back together. Okay then, I've got the bolt probe. Now if this should ever happen to you on an Air Arms S200 and the bolt shears like this one did, what you need to do is get yourself a Dremel and cut a slot through the top of the snapped off screw, and using a screwdriver you'll be able to unscrew it. It has cut slightly into the bolt probe, but this is solid, it's only cosmetic, so that don't matter. All you basically need to do then is shove your bolt probe back in using the collars, and then screwing the new one in. Now in the top of the actual bolt probe there's a little notch, and that's where a small ball bearing fits, which is there, and it's very small. So that stays on there. So what we'll do now, we'll get the probe back in. See all the washer just fallen out. That's the old one. Let's say it's good enough to put the spare washers and collars back on. Get this screw out. But this is where the tension is on the spring. Yes. There's the spring. That's it. I can do it that way now. That's how it's done. There's a spring on top. It just fell through, I think. There we go. There's the spring. So I can do that last now. So while we're here, when we go to there, there's the new collar. Drop that on. Put the small collar on. Been about 4 pairs of hands as usual. It's not me peeing. These comments have been coming out. I'm definitely not peeing. It's that. Cliff's mentioned it. James has mentioned it. It's this blasted thing. There we go. So the powered pump. I'm not really pissing my pants. Alright. Oh, come on. Where do I put it? There. Right. So that's on. All I need to do now is put the spring and the ball bearing back. So ball bearing first, followed by the spring. Followed by the screw. So now I know what the top screw is for. It's basically for holding the spring in that's holding the ball bearing in. That's resting on the bolt probe. Put the barrel back. Well, that's lasted a while, didn't it? Strung it out a bit. Alright. There we go. Okay, so that is that. Right, I've made it like that, and it's hollow, so it fits in the slot there, which is perfect. So like I say, I got this one from Tesco on the cheap bit. All the little bits and bobs are. They're the tools. So it's starting to tighten up now. And what you can do, because it's got that hole in it, it can just tighten it off like that. Good little bit of kit really. Okay, so we're up and running again. That bolt's a bit loose. Pull it back. See that? That's the downside to these. Bit not very well thought out, these bolts. Bloody fits. Now in a minute I'm going to swear, but I shouldn't, should I? Look at that, playing that. Right, what's a bit there? And you can see the actual new part there now. There we go. Right. Put the multi-shot loader back on. Loosen this off. That's why I don't do that too tight, it can affect the bolt as well. Basically that goes along the rail, and that's what holds it in place. Then you got two on the top and one at the side here. Great idea, whoever thought this one up. Should be more aftermarket bolt actions like that. There we go again. Lovely. Nice and smooth. Just tighten it a bit. No, too tight. That's a lot better. Scope back on. Now if you look on the Air Arms, there's a scope rail there which is adjustable. It's got two, I think 2mm Allen nuts in. You can slide that one down the barrel depending on what scope you're using. I'll guess that one right. Bloody pigeon, sure up. I'll shut him up in a minute. Okay. Right, so that's the Air Arms S200 with the broken bolt probe bolt. And I say, even if you've got a rifle that's not got a broken bolt on it yet, I'd advise you buy one, because it's not very good metal and they just shear off after so long. So stainless steel should last longer, hopefully. I'll let you know if it doesn't, but for now we're back up with a shootable rifle again. Okay then, fix the bolt problem. So what I'll do now, seeing if it shoots okay. Okay, that's better. It's not very accurate. Go for the orange. Okay. Well, I can see where we're basically going with this. Line to the right. orange. Okay, last mag. I'll shoot the ones I've not shot yet. That's the right hand side, third one down. Okay, I think that's all of them. I might have one left. No, that's it, I'm sure. Yeah. So then that's the bolt fixed, re-zeroed in. So coming up over the next week, we've got 3 more rifles to show you. We've got 2 more from Rob Taylor's collection, and we've got one from Dave Palmer. Now Dave's got the one of the last factory production broke-up bantams coming off the line that was still a bolt action, and that's fitted with a laminate stock, which was one of the first laminate stocks to be produced, so that's a pretty individual rifle. On Rob's side, he's got the Daystate Grand Prix, which is got a built-in chronograph, and we've got the Daystate Airwolf tactical, but with a custom laminate stock as well. So those 3 rifles will be reviewed this week, so we'll see you in the next video.